today is gonna be a lot nicer. It's 87 degrees right now in the van, and I think it's supposed to be 101. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's nice not sitting in 115 degree vans all day. So that's great. It's great for the batteries, it's great for me. So today I'm gonna finish up the last bit of wiring. I think I have to wire in. Also, I wired in the dimmer cable as well as a light cable, and I realize now that I only needed the light cable, so I have to take the dimmer cable out. Or no, I'll just leave the dimmer cable in. That could be extra wiring for something. And I have to wire in. What else do I have to wire? I have to wire the. It's something I didn't wire. What was it? What is this? The switch panel. But I can do the switch panel after the wall. The dimmer switch I got that does not work. That I'm about to try one more time, and if it doesn't work, I'm sending it back. I'm about to pack up this AC, and then I guess we can work more on the walls. I'll put the other side of the bed thing on the other side, on that side, and my bed rails will be here today. I ordered those rails from IKEA. They kind of like extend out. You can put them to however size you want. So I'm gonna get the bed mostly done today. Probably not all the way done because I like walking in and out freely. If I put the metal bars in, then I have to crawl underneath. So I'll probably put that in like a little bit after the walls are done. And hopefully if we can get all the walls done today, I can go to Home Depot and get the things for the ceiling and start closing that off. But I need to figure out the light thing first with the switch before I do all of that. Or at least I can start it, but just keep the area free to access the lights. That's really all I need. And yeah, I know yesterday we put this all the way up to the roof. Oh no, I didn't. I set it down this. I'm thinking this one. Sorry y'all. I'm about to yell at us for no reason. But I gotta get this one on. I still don't know what I'm gonna do about that. And my battery's going dead. So let me go plug it up. On the cord. So we don't need sawdust in here. If you hear a fan in the back, it's because the fan is on. Alright, so I had a bright idea of just putting just putting wood behind the wall. So as you can see, behind this wall is one of these. But to do the bottom one, I'll have to take, see how that bulges out like that? So I'll have to take this panel off and then put this behind the wall, and then that'll give me something to screw that into. Ta-da! Unless somehow I could just slide it down there the lazy way. Let me see if I can do the lazy way. Yeah, let's not do it the lazy way. I'll just take this panel off. Drill. Alright. Take this out. I'll just slap some wood behind here. I should have did this over there underneath. Yeah, I ain't taking that off. Alright, let's see if this works. So I don't know if that works because it still pulls away from the wall. Alright, that looks way better. I can't even lie. You can't even tell like it's pulling out, but it has a little play in it, but who's gonna be playing with the walls? So yeah, that looks way better. Now you can't see that piece sticking out. I still don't know what I'm gonna do about this back wall. Like, I was thinking maybe just screw it into the, there's a wall there. So I can screw it in to where like it just barely goes in. Because I don't want a million screws to be sticking out the other side. I mean, nobody will see it, but that's ugly. We'll see. I don't know. Alright, so got that in. And then over here is kind of loose. So I'll do the same thing that I did here. Just put some pieces of wood. So I'll probably have to take it back off. Maybe I can squeeze one in because there is kind of a gap. I'll talk about my gap. And then, yeah, but that whole wall is going to be done. And that's pretty much all I can do because that's all the wood we have. So I'll have to go and get 3 more because I think it takes 3 for one wall. So I'll go get 3 more for that side. And then between the leftovers from the new one and that, we should be able to do this wall. But if not, it's all right. I'll do it later. And then I'll see how much I need for the ceiling for the planks. And then depending on how broke I am, we'll see if I can get it. So over here there's like a strip that goes down, so I screwed a couple into that one. And then up here I'll probably have to add a little piece, but like I told y'all before, I'm probably gonna bring this wall out because I need to make the frame for the door a little thicker. So I might add one more 1 by, what is this, 1 by 2? I think it's 1 by 2, and put it over here. And then that way it makes the frame a little thicker so I can have something to put the lock and handle into. So I might bring this wall out just a little bit. And then I guess that'll kind of help too to like make a frame. I'll probably make a frame around there and all around the bottom. That way we can have something to screw into. So I might do that. So I'm about to take this back and return that switch, the dimmer switch. I already have one coming on the way. They sent out another one already. And probably grab some breakfast. I need to go to Dutch Bros and grab me a tea, of course. I'm addicted. All right, we are back. And it's hot as hell. Let me see. Ooh, 114 is crazy. So what I'm about to do is attempt to build something so this can sit out maybe like around here. So it can be a box, and then the batteries will be behind it. This will be under the bed. Maybe I'll put a square at each end. Build a square at each end. Maybe like a bench type of thing. But then how will it stay in the back? I don't know. I need to like do some measurements and play with it. I'll probably build them out of those because I have a bunch of those left. And then just something to attach this to, so that way when I'm going to Home Depot like I'm about to do, this is not flying around everywhere. I could just put one here and put one here. Boom. It ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to think of a lazy way. Let me see how that looks. So this is what I mean. Obviously this will be behind the board, but what if I screw one of these into that, then screw this into this wood here, and then do the same over there? And it won't go anywhere, right? I just need something for now because I don't feel like doing the whole thing. So I'm gonna try that. You know, all this time I've been running extension cords, but I have power. So I think we should try this out and see if I can cut this wood with this just the inverter. Then all I have to do is plug this into here, and boom, I'm right here cutting wood. So let's try it out. Turn our battery on. Power is on. Turn our solar on. And that's on. Turn our inverter on. That's on. There's the batteries at 100%. DC input, 13 volts. AC. Hold on. What's that? I guess that's hot, huh? I never heard that turn on. But I guess that's normal. Alright, I'm gonna plug this. Plug this in. And let's cut some wood. recording? I don't even know if I was recording, but I turned that off, took the plug out, and I got the roof fan on now. So my idea is to screw that into the wall and then screw this into this, just to hold it up so while I'm driving this thing isn't flying around. Remember, this is temporary. It's not a permanent solution. It's just temporary. We need a drill and some screws. So let me find that. Oh, I broke the electrical system. I didn't go where I thought it was going. I'm gonna split the whole wood. Boom. Remember, temporary. Temporary. A very temporary, easy, functional, whatever I just made. So now we can go to Home Depot. I kind of want something to cover it like this. Just so while I'm working on it, I can protect it from the sun. I mean, I could use that, but I'll have to obviously cut it. I don't really feel like cutting it, so it's gonna stay like that for now. Home sweet home. I thought they were gonna have some carts lined up for me, but I guess I gotta find my own. Let me see if I can find the one I had last time. Now that I look at these, I probably could have got something thinner than this for the walls, honestly. But I'm gonna grab these. Let me look around, see what's thinner. Like this. Oh, not $37, never mind. I did right with my 23. Yeah, we don't want these pieces. We want these nice straight pieces. Look how long these are. 12 feet. It is hot, hot, hot. Now, I think I want some Dutch Bros because I deserve a tea. I just spent $260 something, and that was for the 13 planks and 3 pieces of plywood. I got a couple L brackets, which probably aren't gonna do much, but I feel like I should put something to at least make me feel like it's gonna hold me up on the bed. And then I got the hole saw to make the holes for the puck lights. So we'll see if we can get those up. It's 3:30 right now. I want to get that at least the top of the wall up on the other side before I start putting up the ceiling, just so it can go against the ceiling and not the ceiling under the wall. I mean the wall under the ceiling. So we'll see. Got my Dutch. I've been like trying out all their teas lately. This one is pretty fun. I think it's the tropical green tea. Oh yeah. All right, time to go. So the exact thing that I was hoping did not happen just happened. And all the damn wood fell all on the electric, and it fell on the inverter. So I hope the inverter is all right. We'll check it out after, but yeah, it fell pretty hard. All right, let me see what kind of damage we did. Well, not we, but I. Oh, you're a strong inverter, huh? I don't really see anything on here, but let's turn it on. Oh, still works. That's all I need to know. But we got our wood. Look at the Hulk. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. So, as I was saying, I don't know why I got these so thick. I really could have gotten something like super thin. Like, these walls do not have to be thick, but anywho, I'm gonna try to at least do the top. That way I can start doing the ceiling. I'm not gonna, look how long these are. They go all the way to the end. That's good because guess what? I won't have to cut most of them. Nice and lazy. But what was I talking about? Damn, now I forgot because I got sidetracked. Anywho, I'm gonna try to do the top. Should I do the top of the wall now? Do I really need walls behind my cabinets? I don't know, but I'll look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna have some walls and maybe a ceiling today if I can get it together. I want to see how many watts the solar is getting right now. So let's look. I have 400 watts, but I have not seen anything over 200. Pull up our solar app. And oh, over 200. It's my first time seeing anything over 200, but we're pulling in 216 watts out of our 400 solar panels. And I need to get something that tells me like what I'm using and how much battery life I have and where my battery is, because it's telling me my volts and currents and temperatures, but I only know how much battery I have based on this, and I don't want to have to look at this all the time. And then this tells me that my battery is fully charged. So good job, battery. All right, but anyway, let me stop yapping. I'm about to delete some more videos from this camera, and then I'm gonna look up and see if I need to have walls behind my cabinets. I also need to finish the cabinets, and then we'll start putting up a wall. I was thinking maybe I should do the walls first. That way, when I'm putting the cabinets in, if I need to, I can have them just screw into the plywood. That makes sense, right? I think so. So I might just do that. I really don't want to, because I'm trying to go the lazy route. And yeah, so I'll probably just do that. Another thing, like areas like where this is, this barely, like, this doesn't even go behind the wood. So this sticks out further. So what the hell do I do about that? That's why I was talking about bringing the wall out just a little bit. That way this stuff has room. Well, this thing is really the only thing that it can't fit, but I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely start on this side, the less complicated side. And then another thing is the holes for the outlets. I don't know how to make those. How do I start a cut in the middle of the wood without... Oh, I can just... Oh, duh. I do the same thing I did before, just make a hole and cut around. Alright, so that won't be hard, but... Okay, let me stop yapping, because I'm doing nothing. I'm being lazy. So I just held a plank up to the ceiling to, like, start in the middle. You know what I just realized? I don't have any wood in the middle to screw the damn thing into. So how am I gonna do this? Whereas, like, this part, I put this little wood. This part has these stupid lights that I should have took out a long time ago when I thought about it. But, I mean, what I can do is just, instead of putting it here, I'll have to start one maybe over just so I can screw the side of it in. But then eventually one is gonna have to come here. So, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out somehow like we always do, right? I could somehow maybe like put one here, but how am I gonna attach it to this with this being so far out, you know? Or I could build around, like say I put one here, add a little piece of wood between here just to screw it into that, maybe like that. I don't know. It feels weird having power now because I'm always looking like, is the solar charging? Is the battery dead yet? But the solar is charging and the battery is not dead, so let's turn this fan on. I don't know if I'm supposed to be sucking heat out or bringing heat in, because we only have heat because it's Arizona. So let's see if we can bring some heat in for a little bit, see if that does anything. And it's hella windy outside, so excuse the wind. This is what we're looking at right now. 108, 10% humidity. Arizona is dry as hell. Yeah. Hold on. I'm breaking this stuff. Okay, now I'm stuck. Well, I didn't really think that out. Okay. There's like wood everywhere, so I I need to situate this wood a little better. Alright, I got you guys sitting on a mountain of wood, so in here. Damn, this piece would go way too far off. Damn, that means I would have to take the bed thing, because it would go past the bed thing, so I have to take this off. Looks like I somehow wedge it back here. No, that's not gonna work. And I probably just have to take it off. But I need to cut this bottom out because it has the wheel well. Yeah. I don't know why I'll be looking at the wood like it's just gonna cut itself. Let me just make some measurements. So my damn self, I'm over here moving all the boards over, and I just cracked one. Nar. Well, that piece is definitely going at the end. So we're messing up our beautiful ceiling. Nope. I knew I was gonna have to trim it. I gotta trim a little bit. We're gonna have to do a lot of cleaning. It's dusty. That bed piece I was telling y'all about, it's definitely in the way. I might just run that cable through the bottom. That's what I might do. You already know my battery died, but I got the wall in, and I was about to say, what's that noise? I forgot we got power in the fan. The fan is fanning. Well, not really because it's hot. But I got the wall up. I got this just tucked behind here. This is behind here. And then that black cable that runs from the outlet, I ended up just like carving out a piece at the bottom where the foam is and just tucked it back there. So all the electrical is tucked away. I added some more of these, so it looks a little neater up there. I put away some of those wires that I had no idea what they're for. I think they were for that switch that was down there in the corner that we got rid of. That is now our ground wire location. And I'm just about to measure out this top wall. And after I measure out this top wall and put it up, I think I'm gonna start the ceiling. But like I said, I wanna start in the middle, but I don't know how I'm gonna attach the middle just yet. But I'm starting that ceiling, I don't care. And what else did I do? I think that's it. Yeah, I took the bed thing off, so I might as well leave it off until I figure out how much of a wall I'm gonna have here. The wall behind the power area, I'm not really too worried about. That can be blank. Nobody's gonna see it. Who cares? As well as under the bed. The bed is gonna go up to here. So any wall under that, I don't really care about. But here and above and all of this, we're gonna have wall. Because I figured it was gonna die. These batteries suck, but I got one charging in the house and I got 2 right here on me. But I figured I'll get the walls up now. That way when I put the cabinets in, if I ever want to switch something around, it already has a wall. I don't have to come back and put a wall up, you know, just to make it look good. Another reason is, like I said earlier, if I need to screw the cabinet into a location that doesn't have a stud, I can use the wall to hold it in. So that's cool. So I'm about to work on the top. I don't know how much battery I have, but I have one in the house charging. I'll try to get clips here and there, but I'm really just trying to speed through this. Oh, and for the outlet, I just made a little hole there so I know where it is. And then I'll just use the oscillating tool later just to, you know, carve out a little square. I'm gonna do the same for this one once I get this wall up. I don't care about it being too perfect, especially at the top, because there's obviously going to be a ceiling going across the top, and that'll cover up mostly any imperfections. Like around there, it's not all super straight, but it'll get covered up. If the ceiling doesn't cover it up, I bet a piece of what's it called, the little corner pieces, I can't think of the name right now, but I'll pop it on the screen. I bet that covered up. Trim. It's called trim. Ooh, I'm glad I wasn't recording the fall. I just almost had. All right, let me go mark this, and then we're gonna cut it, and I'll come back because my battery ain't batterying. So
little tight on this end as I figured it would be. When I was measuring it, this side was a little smaller or bigger. I don't know, whatever the opposite is. I figured I would have to trim this, so let me trim this down a little bit. Yeah. There we go. I thought the wood was split right there, but that's just the aluminum tape. So how is this gonna work if the ceiling has to go up? What the hell? What the hell? Oh, let me do some math. So, I might have to just take these off in these areas, just in the corners, because my only option is cut the end of this and cut the end of this and just run them in the corner, but that's doing too much. So, but then if I screw in the wood, it's gonna be pressing up against the wire, and we don't want that. So I think what I'll do is just do like I was doing, put them in the new, in the new little things. And that way I can at least get the wall against the wood, and then I'll just have to figure out the ceiling once I get to this part, you know, just so I can continue on. Otherwise we'll be sitting here all day. If I have to, I was just thinking I can use one of these and just like carve out the area that I need, and then that way this can go through whatever I carve out. So if it comes down to it, I'll just do that.